So crypto has had a tough start to 2022. At the time of recording, Bitcoin is down 22% for the year so far. And there are many people who are screaming that this is proof that the bear market has begun. So in this video, with the help of Raoul, we're going to attempt to answer the question, has the crypto bear market started? And more importantly, I'm going to share the optimal investing strategy that you can use for crypto today. Hi and welcome back. My name is Tom Heavey. I hope you're doing well. Let's get straight into our first clip.
If we flip back to crypto for a minute, how are you thinking about this now? And, talk to me about the other coins as well. Because if you got in November, very painful. If you saw gains like you experienced, we get a lot of questions. Should I continue? Should I hold? Should I take profits? Do I buy more? Do I buy this dip? How are you thinking about that space?
Everything comes down to time horizon. Firstly, don't put too much money in that you can't afford to ride the volatility. I've told everybody this for 2 years now. Expect 50% drawdowns as normal course of business and not calling it a bear market, just calling it a correction. So that's what we need to deal with, and everybody needs to make their own decision. It's also time horizon. If you think it goes up 20, 30x over the next 5, 6, 10, whatever your number is, well, then a 50% drawdown is just small noise on the chart. If you're trading for a 3-month time horizon and it falls 50% on you, well, you've got it dead wrong because your time horizon is different. So I am looking to add more to my positions into this kind of market because I don't think anything's changed. Nothing's changed in the network adoption. Network slowed down a bit for the reasons we talked about before. So over time, we see the institutions coming. I'm talking to them every day. I launched a crypto fund of funds. We've already put the first $100 million to work. That goes straight into the markets via the hedge funds. That ongoing allocation of assets is happening. So it doesn't stop. So it trades sideways for a year. That's great. Tends to mean periods of suppressed volatility lead to hyper volatility. Periods of hyper volatility tend to lead to periods of suppressed volatility. And we basically had a sideways market where volatility has been falling since May. So that's how I think about it. In terms of the allocation of tokens, the answer is I don't know. Yeah. It's complicated. We had a big move in the layer ones, AVAX, Terra, and Solana. Usually chasing the previous theme is a way to lose money for the reasons you said before, is you're not taking advantage of weakness. What you're trying to do is follow the momentum in a market where people are just rotating. That's usually bad. You can add some momentum trades when the whole market's in momentum, not when it's rotating. So where could the rotation go? That's the question you should be asking. Well, some of these DeFi ones had a big run in 2020, haven't done anything, and fallen 70%. Maybe it's DeFi. Maybe it's the interoperability, the ones that allow you to move things from one chain to another. They haven't really had a big run. Maybe it's those. Metaverse have had a run, NFTs have had a run, layer ones have had a run, Ethereum's had a run, Bitcoin's had a run. So you need to be thinking, okay, what hasn't had the run yet? Yeah. And again, I wouldn't try and look for one particular single token because your probability of success, unless you really know it, is super low. Build a basket of stuff, equally weighted, don't take too much risk, wait and see.
And I think this is why it's so important. All the content on our crypto channel is available for free once you register. And then we've also created now Pro Crypto, the institutional. You can't just look at this as one chart, right? It's getting more nuanced than that. You have to have more education, understanding around what's happening.
Yeah, even an idiot like me could get Bitcoin and Ethereum right. But now it's complicated, right? You need to know what you're doing. And, and that's why we did the Crypto Pro, because even I would reaching out to the Delphi guys all the time, say, well, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? Because it's beyond anybody's ability. Now, they're a big team of 70 odd people who just do this all day, look at different stuff. So yes, it is more complicated. Or the other way of solving for it is choosing one focus area that you become the expert on. That's the other way. There's no way you'll be an expert in all of this. You might be okay with some broad asset allocations by using the kind of strategies that I'm talking about, but we're still a bit hit or miss. I mean, I don't really know. So that, I'm guessing too.
Yeah. I think the one thing, though, is that clearly between whether we're talking about carbon or we're talking about some of the cryptocurrencies, there's a lot of opportunity. It feels volatile the start of this year, but it seems like there's a lot of opportunity to be had.
I think there is. We talked about this on Macro Insider, the Real Vision Pro tier, Julian and I, is the opportunity maybe not be here now. The opportunity now in markets like this is to do your homework on what you actually want to do. So we talked about growth stocks. We talked about carbon that's been kind of chopping around a bit in the last few weeks. We've talked about that. We've talked about, is there an opportunity in the bond market on the long side? Maybe there's other trades to be done. So it's the time to do your homework. It's the time to focus on what is my macro view? What am I looking for? What are my signals? What are the chart? When should I get in? Choppy markets are not the time to have high conviction.
Okay, so the first thing that jumps out on me from Raoul's clip is him talking about time horizon. As he says, if you're investing on the basis of making money in just 3 months, then the last month has been a major blow. However, if you're investing for a minimum of 5 years, then the game has just kicked off and you hardly call out a winner or loser so early. So one message I've always tried to share with you relates to the difference between trading and investing. While there are some people out there who make money trading, you'll often find that the people who can do it successfully, they share their story and pretty loudly, while those who lose money don't often talk about it. As a result, it creates a skew in our perception to think that most people who trade make money. After all, that's the story that we're told. In reality though, around 79% of traders lose money. That's right, 4 out of every 5 people that attempt trading lose money from it. And this is why I've always pushed you towards thinking long term. Once you start to adjust your time horizons away from months and towards years, investing becomes a whole lot easier. And importantly, if you do that, most of the time you'll also make significantly more profits. I can tell you this from personal experience. So I first got into crypto around mid 2017. I invested some leftover cash that I had from another business while I was at university. In the beginning, everything was so smooth. Every day I reloaded my portfolio, I was up, and often by quite significant amounts. After I left university, towards the end of 2017, I decided instead of getting a regular job, I was going to start working full-time in crypto. Again, in the beginning, everything couldn't have gone better. However, as many of you will remember, the market peaked in December 2017 and proceeded to spend the next year and a bit longer severely crashing. Now during this time, everyone said the crypto was dead. It was all one big bubble and now the bubble had burst. I would say around 95% of the people I had known in crypto decided to exit the industry as the money dried up. My friends and family thought I was crazy and started recommending that I get a regular job. But I stuck with crypto. Why? Well, maybe I'm a little bit insane, but also I had spent over a year dedicating every moment to understanding the future use cases that this technology can bring. I'm not just talking about price going up here, I'm talking about real use cases. So I built up my conviction during that time and continued investing steadily whenever I made money. Now fast forward 5 years and crypto has those real use cases. We've already seen the explosion of DeFi and NFTs. Now, when I look forwards another 5 years, I see a future where DAOs have become far more mainstream, where the sharing economy, think Airbnb, Uber, etc., are under threat from decentralized alternatives built on blockchains. And frankly, there will be so many use cases that we've never even considered today. I mean, when you look at the internet, I think when it was created, I doubt many people would have predicted social media would be so big. So everyone wants to know the answer to the question, are we today in a bear market? Now, I wish I could give you a simple answer here, but the truth is nobody knows. And be wary of people who do claim that they know this answer. That for me is a big red flag. But here's the thing, it doesn't matter because your actions should be the same regardless. If, like me, you see a bright future for crypto, if you believe many of these projects could rise 10, 15, 20x in the next 5 years because they have real future use cases, then why are you trying to time the market? We already know that time in the market beats timing the market, so focus on the best plan according to the maths. What is that? It's called dollar cost averaging, and it's really simple. you take a fixed amount of money, let's say $100, and you invest it into crypto every single week or month. It doesn't matter if the price is going up or down, you do the exact same action every single week or month, regardless. Now, it's in moments like this where it gets really tricky. Nobody struggles to buy when the price is going up, but everyone struggles when the price is going down. And the problem is, if anything, it's even more important to be buying when the price is dropping. Take it from me, I spent 5 years not only investing but also working in crypto. These corrections are brutal. Bear markets are horrendous. But the thing is, you can't control them. All you can control is your own actions. So if you believe crypto has a bright future, use dollar cost averaging to invest steadily and spend your time researching the space and developing convictions in the areas which you think could flourish in the years to come. Now, I'm keen to hear your thoughts. Are you still investing in crypto steadily? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very soon.